who is actually the worst Mortal Kombat character of all time? You might be wondering that. You probably have some opinions on it. A lot of you people are probably thinking Su Hao, but what if I told you he actually isn't the worst character, and there is a character that is worse than Su Hao? I think there's actually probably 5 characters that are worse than Su Hao, but today I actually want to solely talk about just one character that I think is the worst in the entire series. Now there's 2, even though I just said that there's 1, there's 2 characters that I think are up for this. However, I do think one is worse. So the better of the 2, in my opinion, but he's still the second worst character in the series, is probably Daru. He is so fucking bland, this egghead of a man. He is so random, and I don't know why he even exists. Like, to be honest, I know the story of basically every character at a base level. Some characters I know more about, but him, I don't know shit. And I did do research, and I literally can't even tell you what his story is. Like, it's basically just non-existent, and he has no real reason to exist. And I'm just making it brief, talking about him. The reason I don't think he's as bad as the next character is because this next character, at least Daru, I think his design's bland, but it looks kinda cool, right? This next person looks bad. Like, it's such a bad design, especially in the game he appeared in, and he's goofy as fuck, and it's just so dumb. And that character's Jarek. He is so damn goofy. Like, if you look at I can't even get through it. Look at his MK4 ending, all 3 of the endings. I think he's in Sonya and Jax's ending. Like, it's one sort of story. It is so fucking amazing. Like, you see the way this man struts. Like, it's crazy. I don't really know what to say. I'm lost for words. Of course, that's not entirely the reason I think he's bad, because, that's funny. I think his character is just pointless. Like, he's the last Black Dragon after Kano dies in MK4. Or at least we think he died at the time. But his design's so boring. Nothing about it really says Black Dragon. It kind of just says homeless guy, if I'm being honest. And it's just, I don't know. The gameplay as well. I have played him before. He's boring as hell. I just don't really see the appeal in this character. The only reason I could see anyone liking him is for his ending, or like the endings he's a part of, which I will allow because it's very funny. And that's really all I wanted to talk about, is why Jarek is the worst character. And now I'm going to leave you with clips of his ending because it is amazing.
Going somewhere, Jarek?
Jax! I thought you were going to...
Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you just tossed off the cliff?
I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise.
Too late, Jarek.
You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait, this is brutality. You can't do it.
Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
Hey everyone. So this video was actually recorded a couple months ago now, and initially that's where the video actually ended. However, I feel like it was a very short video, and it was made when I had no subscribers, like literally none. So I feel like now we can do it a bit better. We can at least add a couple more minutes onto the video and talk about some other characters that aren't great, even though obviously I've just told you who I think the worst character is. I thought it'd be interesting to tell you guys maybe 3 or 4 other characters that I think need to be rewritten or introduced in a new way in the modern games. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Cetrion. Now, yes, she was in a modern game. She did come from MK11. However, I feel like she is written terribly. The fact that she is related to Shinnok and Kronika is kind of stupid, and I don't feel like that really works, even though I think it's a cool little dynamic of course, Kronika having, a son that, of hell, and then like a daughter that's all about like peace and shit. But what I find so weird about her is she's all down for peace, but she's working with Kronika, who's like a complete fuckwit. I don't really understand what her character's about. Now, I understand why she was in this game in terms of a story perspective. Even though I don't think it works very well, I do understand why she's in that game. And before we move on to the next character, I just want to say her gameplay is the worst thing to ever exist. I hate it so much. I broke many controllers because of her, but let's move on. Speaking of breaking controllers, next is Kronika. MK11 introduced a couple new characters, and I think all of them were kind of okay, I guess, but Kronika and Cetrion were definitely the worst ones in my opinion, because Kronika is a terrible villain. Just like Cetrion, her gameplay sucks. Now, of course, you can't play as her, but the fact that you can't knock her down is so stupid, because Mortal Kombat is literally about, in terms of gameplay at least, doing combos and getting good at a character. So why would you make a boss that doesn't test all of the things you've been trying to do across the game? Not only in towers, but in story mode as well. Like, if just say I'm doing towers, if I'm practicing with Sub-Zero and trying to get massive combos, and I finally am able to do like a 20-hit combo, and then I get to the end of the tower and I literally hit her in the face and she keeps falling over, but I can't do a combo, that is so stupid. And in terms of story, similar things to Cetrion, I kind of get it, but I think that time travel and stuff in Mortal Kombat should just stop existing. It's not good. I really don't like it. And now I feel like we should just talk about one more character. A lot of people think Su Hao's the worst character, which I already went through earlier in the video, but again, he's actually not on this list at all. And for me, the last character I'm going to mention here is Movado. Movado is such a bland character, and when I think of 3D era characters that are bland, it's Movado, probably Cobra, and Kira. I think those three, you could include those other two in the end of this video as well. They kind of have a similar issue to Movado, where I just think they're really bland, and if they got some type of rework, a new design, they could appear as cameos in MK1, sorry, which Movado actually is. I think he might be the next one coming out, or the one after that. I'm honestly not sure, but Movado will be a cameo in MK1, so hopefully we at least get to see a new design for him, and I hope Kira and Cobra show up as well with new designs, maybe give them a little bit of story, just so that they can become more fleshed out characters, because at the moment they don't really have many fans, because a lot of players ignore the 3D era games for whatever reason. So I really hope that they start getting the recognition, because as of now they don't really deserve it. They're not that interesting, but soon I think they definitely could, and I hope that they do. So with all that being said, everyone, that's actually the end of the video. Hopefully it's a bit more enjoyable now. There might be a difference in terms of things like audio, maybe editing and stuff from the first 4 minutes, because the first 4 minutes I did, as I said, a couple months ago now, so there might be less gameplay from the 3D era games in the background. I might just have like MK1 gameplay for most of it, just because, I don't know, I kind of feel bad, using some other people's footage. Even though I do credit them, I feel sort of bad. I don't know why. So I'm just going to leave the video here. Before I go, I just want to say this is likely my last video of 2023. So I'd like to say I hope you all have an amazing new year. And of course, I will be uploading things next year. I'll probably upload something on January 1st. So I hope to see you guys there. If you guys don't see them already, I do a bunch of community posts here on YouTube. I do one probably every day, nearly every day. Sometimes it's on what videos I'm going to do next. I'll let you guys vote for whatever I'm doing, or sometimes, it'll just be a little post letting you guys know like how long till a video's coming out, or just little updates on the channel. So just keep an eye out for those. I'll probably wish all of you guys a happy new year as soon as it happens, or at least soon after. So thank you guys so much for your support. I think this is actually the first video I've made, or at least added to, since we hit 200 subscribers. So I do want to say thank you so much for that. we're actually growing pretty fast right now. We're already, as of recording, we're nearly at 250 already. So this is crazy. It really is. I want to thank all of you guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. I've been talking too much. Thank you so much for watching.